Cool. Awesome. And let's see. Okay. There we go. 10 C's of social media for your business. We'll talk about why that is this C's in a minute. There's 10 points and they all start with C, so it's kind of fun that way. This webinar started a couple of years ago. We realized during COVID that our clients had to pivot quickly because more people were spending a lot more time on the internet and posting and using social media. So one of the things we noticed is even if you're a huge, large company, the best thing in your favor is that you can adjust quickly because most of the original Fortune 500 are gone. They've been replaced by other companies. So what we've looked at is that all of the studies on social media usage and how companies are using it, the average number is that, well, you can see it on your screen, most everyone is using it wrong. And that's okay, because when we start using it right, we kick their butt. Some would call this the ABCs, like the basics of social media, but the average grade is a C. So it's the C's. And all 10 points we're going to cover today start with the letter C. So today is brought to you by the letter C. So we'll go through those and give you a bunch of ways you can get off to a fast start. And we're going to give you some free stuff. What we really want to do is make you do this to your competitors. In this case, you're the cat. So you realize that one. Actually, after today, here's what we have seen happens after this particular webinar. You're going to take notes and do nothing. You'll take notes and try to do some of it. Some of us might ask us for some help. That's what you're going to get. You'll get a half hour with us at the end. We're going to give you that. But today is not for us to sell you social media management because we only do that for our private coaching clients. We don't even do it for our group coaching clients. So that's not what we do. So we're just here to give you good information on social media. If you have questions, it's Friday today. If you have questions, you can drop them in the chat if you want, or hold on to them at the end, whichever works best for you. A little about us. We started as a promo company almost 28 years ago that gave away marketing tips as a bonus. And then about a dozen years ago, Sharyn joined forces with me, which gave us advantages because we approached our business from two different ways. We realized that from being in masterminds, that masterminding our coaching programs gives us a different direction because most coaches that are out there, they have one thing that they're selling and that's really it. And we're able to be a lot more flexible in what we do. Our evolution has been interesting. We've had challenges. We moved from Los Angeles to Sedona, and we were going to do an event, one of our boot camps every month for different demographic audiences. But we realized that just like in all marketing tactics and doing a boot camp as a tactic,
that's a social media.
Yeah, there was a disconnect in people getting from Phoenix to Sedona. So as we have grown up in our business together, what we want to show you, what we've embraced is the idea of niche marketing, where social media ties in really, really well. Because one of the C's that you're going to see in a little bit is that using the right platform is vitally important. We do a small business breakthrough a couple times a year. I've been quoted in hundreds of publications. We've been on podcasts. We've published 8 different best-selling books, the 8th one coming out last month.
One of them was on social media.
It is. We do have one on social media. I've been interviewed by some awesome people who are way more famous than us. In fact, those interviews are on the front page of our website. We use them as social media content, even though I think the newest one of those is 2 years old now. I think that one is 3, one is 3.5, and one is 2 years old. We use them on our social media sites all the time. mostly because James and Kevin and Forbes are far more famous than us, and people that are looking for those folks for their information can find us as well. We speak on stages all around the U.S. In fact, we were in Canada a couple of months ago, and we mentor small business owners to remember that you started your business to serve your life, not the other way around, and that's what's really important. So today, we want to show you how we generate 12% of our small business coaching clients from social media. That number has been really consistent for a number of years. All right, let's start off by giving you free things. Grab your pen, grab your pencil, open an email. This is what you're going to get. If you'd like one of our books, there's our email address. Choose the book you want, and you might want to leave that email open because you're going to get an opportunity to send us a bunch of stuff.
And we would like one email with all the things you want, not one email for each of the things you want.
Yeah, just easier for us. So choose the book you want. If you're a partner in business with somebody, we strongly suggest partners and everything. If you are one of those who is overwhelmed and overthink social media, grab our latest, the Marketing Checklist 4, which is your guide for overwhelmed and overthinking entrepreneurs. We'd also like to give you some social media content that's free. You can be on our podcast. It's called the Marketing Checklist Viewcast. And you can, just like we share interviews over and over, you can share it on your social media all the time. It is designed to make you look good. There are no gotcha questions. In fact, you have the questions all in advance. You tell us you want to be on it. We send you the questions. You think about your answers. You type them out. You send them to us so we know what we're going to be talking about. If it fits in our format, and our format being a 7-minute, 21-second, because our anniversary is July 21st, you get to be on the show. So come along. If you've never been on a podcast, we have a great time. In fact, here's the bizarre thing. Only about 1% of the people we offer this to take us up on it. We'd like to double that to 2, so go ahead and join us. We are also doing a last, we're shoehorning in a small business breakthrough bootcamp in December. Our last one was supposed to be in September. We had 7, 8 people that couldn't make it. It was just one of those bizarre things. So we are doing one on December 9. It is not our normal bootcamp. We're kind of doing requests. We're playing the hits. You're going to get a list of marketing tactics and things. What do you want us to talk about? And we're picking the things that people want the most. Right now, it's going to be a section on SEO, and there's a section on email marketing. It's kind of unusual. I'm pulling things from our repertoire. So if you want to go to that, it is virtual. It's December 9th. We'll go all day on a Saturday. To reserve your seat, you can there's 3 ways. Either drop your email in the chat, send us an email, go to planyourmarketing.com and sign up, or scan the QR code. We put your marketing path together for 2024. It's free. It's December 9. So those are some free things for you. Actually, I'm going to put that up for one more second, just so you get that. It's planyourmarketing.com on December 9, or send us the email. Tell us you want to go to the bootcamp, and you're in. All right, let's talk about getting ready to do social media. Just like any marketing tactic, it works best when you know your audience. You know, it isn't just putting pictures of or videos of your cat sleeping on social media, although this picture of Mookie has generated all sorts of likes and comments and such. The bizarre thing is likes and comments are not something you can take to the store.
Definitely not. But this is good, right? You have your cat picture, it gets engagement, so that then when you have something that you are actually offering, they see those as well.
Yep. All right, so let's talk about some marketing basics so that you can apply them to your social media and how you're going to use them. And this was my basic blue tuxedo that I took Anne Strong to the prom in, so that was kind of cool. You know, as I look at that photo, I don't even remember where. I think this was outside of Anne's house, but I'm not sure.
Who took the photo?
I don't remember.
Okay, then.
I was just
If
going.
only she was here to tell us.
Yeah,
But she's not.
No, she's not. I was just going through a bunch of photos and found this, and so I thought I would throw it in. It's a basic tuxedo, and I looked good in blue. All right.
Still do?
We do not create a marketing message without knowing who we're creating it for. There are a lot of factors that go into it. You have an audience, and demographically, you break it down.
So imagine that these 4 women, they all want to buy a car. They're probably not looking for the same kind of car. They're probably not looking for the same benefits, features of that car. So a good car salesperson is going to message each of them differently, probably on different social media platforms in order to attract them to their dealership. The same thing is true for you. It is quite possible that these 4 women could all benefit from your product or service, but you'll need to message each of them differently, probably on different platforms, in order to attract them to you. If you try to craft one message and put it only on one social media channel, none of those 4 are going to feel like you're actually talking to them.
Now, there's another half of that equation, and it's what's going through their mind, because people don't buy for logical reasons. It's generally emotional. I've bought cars for that reason. I almost said I've dated people for that reason.
I would hope that you date for emotional reasons.
When I asked Sharyn about you, it was pretty demographic. I said, who is the hot chick in the second row with the great legs? So that was demographic, physical. But yeah, I thought you were really cool. So anyway, so what we're doing is we figure out demographically who our audience is and why would they buy from you, and then our messages are in the form of sidewalk signs. In other words, you are not posting everything about what you do in those posts. You're just giving them enough information that they want to raise their hand and say, I want some info. I mean, this sign kind of sets that point.
Right. This is an actual sidewalk sign that we saw in the wild when we were in London a few summers ago, walking from our Airbnb to my sister's home. It caught our attention because we are Big Bang Theory fans. We thought, it's great. We're going to go. We'll have a great time. We'll win some pounds. And then we saw the date. Oh, you know what? Never mind. We're actually not the right people. We're not the right audience for this because we won't be here anymore. So as Hank said, it's not their whole menu of services. It's not even the whole menu of everything that's happening that night. It's just enough to get the right people to stop, pause, go in and sign up. It wasn't us, so we kept walking.
And let's look at this another way. If everyone that saw your post asked you about it, even though they had nothing to do with your product, they just say, what the heck, I'll get some information, I'll ask for it. That wastes a lot of your time. So you want to make it a sidewalk sign. Now, there's another way of looking at this.
It's more of the billboard, right? What are you going to say that will capture someone's attention even while they're driving past their billboard at 60 miles an hour?
Because people are kind of scrolling through all of their social media posts, and they're deciding very quickly, do I stop and engage, or do I just kind of go past it? So you want to make your message succinct and direct enough that they want to stop. Now, or if they're stuck in traffic on the Lower East Side of New York, then they'll see your name on the billboards. You've beaten me every time.
Sorry, there's still no contact info on that. So
you're just
a list.
You're just more popular than I am, and I can understand that, but it does bug me.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, I love Brian.
You're taller than I am, so usually you're above me. But in this case, I get a turn to be above.
Someday I will get higher than you.
Yes, no doubt.
Yep. Remember, your marketing, it makes the company look smart, but it makes your customers feel smart for engaging with you. So what you're really trying to do with all of your posts is how can you solve their problem? And You can say, is this your problem? And this is how we do it. Reach us out to us for more information. So here's a question. Which of these can you take to the store, Sharyn?
None of them.
Can you take, friends? Can you go to the store and buy stuff and say, I've got 500,000 followers?
I haven't found a store that will let me do that. If you all have found a store that will let you do that, then please share that. That would be awesome. But yeah. No, you got to convert those things to dollars.
Yeah, let's get one concept real clear up front, in that when we talk to people about social media, quite often we hear, I need more followers. And say, well, why? I would rather have 1,000 followers that are clients or have bought from us or have referred us than 100,000 when only a couple are engaging. So yep. It isn't the high number, it's the engaged number. That's really one of the keys to make your social media far more engaging or profitable.
Well, and the conversion number, right? How many are you able to then convert from being engaged to actually hiring you and paying you?
All right. So let's get through the 10 C's. The first one is C, stands for correct. Are we using the correct platforms? Questions we get all the time. Which one should I use? And do I have to be on all of them? Well, let's talk about the first one. And no, you don't.
No, you don't.
So there's some good news.
You can have a presence on all of them, just so that some unscrupulous person couldn't use your business name on that platform, even if you're not active on it. But you don't need to be active on all of them.
Yeah. I mean, here are some demographic differences between 6 of the major platforms. And you can see some of them have a larger number of people on them. Some of them are more built toward younger demographics, some toward more female or more male. They all have characteristics. Instagram got way more popular during COVID. One of the reasons was there were other platforms, Clubhouse, you had to be on Instagram in order to have a profile there that was effective. So it changed that number significantly in Instagram. But you don't have to be ultra present on all of them. One of the questions we're going to get is, how often do I need to post? And pretty much every day on what platforms where your audience is playing. As an example, we are on Instagram. It is, if I were going to use a baseball metaphor, it's our AAA farm club. I will test certain things on Instagram just to see what kind of engagement it gets. And if I like it, okay, I'll put those on the platforms that we get our prime revenue. For us, it's Facebook and LinkedIn, and another one that we're going to talk about in just a second called Lineable. For other people, we've had a Pinterest user. What was that Pinterest person that?
I don't remember her name, but she told us that we had to be more active on Pinterest because our audience was there. Now, our audience is there, but they're not there looking for business coaches. They're there looking at recipes and ways to remodel their home or their nursery, or right. They're not there looking for business coaches. So which platform is your ideal customer referral partner active and actively looking for you or someone like you because they don't know that you specifically exist? That's where you invest most of your time.
Yeah. The average time spent on social media, it's quite a bit. A lot of people spend a lot of time. Now, we show our clients how to do social media in about 22 minutes, a couple of times a day, beginning of the day and end of the day. And that 22 minutes is, what are you going to post? How are you going to engage with those people that have commented, and what posts are you going to engage with? So this doesn't have to be a full-time affair that is sucking up a whole lot of your time. So Just understand it doesn't, you can be on the correct platforms and it doesn't take a lot of time. By the way, if you'd like to follow us on Facebook, we are, in fact, all of them, you'll find us at Yuloff Creative on all of the platforms. We'd appreciate a follow if you're on Facebook or Instagram and LinkedIn. Our favorite is Alignable. You want to chat about Alignable? Because Sharyn's kind of a big, here, I'm going to flip one slide. Sharyn's kind of a big deal on Alignable. She's like the super ambassador mentor and all this other stuff. So she's kind of cool on that.
So Alignable is most like LinkedIn. So I'm just going to assume that you kind of know what LinkedIn is. Alignable is similar to LinkedIn. The big differences are that LinkedIn is a database of professionals, and the professionals internationally, whereas Alignable is focused on your so local to you small business. So if your ideal client, customer, referral partner is also a small business owner, then Alignable is a great place to be. It's easy to be a big fish in a small pond. It's much easier to get engagement and to practice those relationship marketing skills that kind of get drowned out on the other platforms.
Yeah. We hear quite often, oh yeah, somebody invited me to be on Alignable. I'm on Alignable, but I don't use it. We hear that all the time. If you'd like to get better at it, reach out to us and Sharyn will direct you in the right place, the right direction to make sure that works well.
Absolutely. It's true of every platform. If you're on it, but you're not active, then don't be surprised that you don't get business from that platform.
Yep. Sharyn's been pretty awesome. Okay, here's another free thing, just because one more free thing. If you'd like our social media cheat sheet, some pros, some cons, we'll send that to you again. Our email address is there, and we'll be happy to send that to you. So it's just one more thing that we'll send. Number 2C is complete your profile. These are 2 friend requests I got on Facebook. Not even close did I accept it. So you want to make sure that your profiles are complete. Instead of a logo, use your face. Make sure you have a cover photo on the ones that need cover photos. You have all your contact information on there. But Sharyn, if I put my email address and phone number there, then people are going to email me or call me.
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
exactly.
yeah.
That's kind of what you want. Now, yes, you might get some calls and emails that you don't want. It's part of the price of doing business. I mean, even if you have a landline, you still get calls that you don't want. What are you going to do? Not publish your landline number?
Yep.
Oh, well, publish it. If you're looking for business on social media platforms, then make it easy to refer you. If someone asks for you and I go to your profile to refer you on that platform, whatever platform it is, and your information isn't there, I can't refer you. Because most of the time we hear is, well, it's on my website. Okay, that's great. But we're not leaving the platform to go to your website, to find the information, to go back to the platform. Not happening.
So make sure you got your profile is complete.
Absolutely.
I think the algorithms smile more upon those that profiles that are filled out, because it shows you're actively using those platforms. Just a couple of notes. Make sure you don't cut off your head on the header. I saw this one. It was oh goodness.
Well,
so now I remember her name because I didn't quite cut it off on the bottom of the slide, but yeah, you can kind of adjust those pictures too. So don't cut off your header. Your head.
Don't behead yourself.
In fact, here it comes. You ready for it?
Oh.
Those horses are very sad,
yes,
Sharyn.
They are.
You know why?
Because their heads are cut off.
No, why the long face?
Their heads are cut
off. Yeah. Okay. Third C is consistent. We've alluded to this one already. Sharyn, how often do I have to post?
Every day.
Yeah. But
how badly do you want it?
Yeah. Look, you can get it done 22 minutes, a couple of times a day. You can get everything you need done on social media. which leaves you the rest of the day to do stuff. The thing is, in any 60 seconds on the internet, look at that wheel. There's a ton of things going on. I mean, just so many things. I'm amazed that any of our posts ever get seen by anyone with so much. So if you're consistent, if you're there all the time, your posts get shown to more people. I see this on Facebook. Those darn algorithms are saying 25 people always see my posts. Hey, let's fool them. Put a comment in under this one and say that you saw hi, and we'll fool the algorithm. And then on that one post, they have like 47, 48 people. It's like, well, wait a minute. If you're saying the same 25 always see your post and that one post has 47, I think you're wrong to begin with. My comment always on that post is, if you post interesting shit, more people will comment on your stuff and your posts will get seen by more people. So that's a soapbox moment.
For sure.
Now, the different platforms, they want you to post a lot more often. Well, that's because you're providing free content for their watchers to see so that it isn't all ads. Just like a newspaper. When you're going through a newspaper, you're reading articles, and the articles are the buffer between ads. When a newspaper runs, has more ads, they have to put in more content. I learned that in my college days. So, because I was the ad manager for the college newspaper, and quite often the editorial side was like, you guys are selling too many ads. We have to write more. What's wrong with that? Well, then we have to pay our writers more because we pay them by the inch. And? Well, I said, well, yeah, we're bringing in more money. Pay your writers. It was always fun. They called us advertising scum. It was great. Until they needed me to write an article, and then it was, hey, could you write this for us? Sure. Thanks for coming into my office on this side of the hall. Oh, dear. So what kind of content? It can vary. Every night I post a question. It's on the OK Late Night Facebookers question. If you look at the hashtag OKLNFB or hashtag OK Late Night Facebookers, you'll get an idea of a lot of the questions that I posted. Feel free to steal them. Do me a favor, don't use the OK Late Night Facebookers part or the hashtag. I've now been using them for 10 years, and it's kind of my thing. But if you're looking for a question or something interesting, feel free. Grab something that I've used on mine. Don't mind at all. I haven't used this one for a while. It's okay to eat M&Ms in bed, yes or no? I'm going to post, I think, do me a favor, I'm going to write down M&Ms here, and I'm going to write that down. I'm going to use that one today. I'm gonna go through that.
Right, you used it on Halloween.
I really should have, but I'm gonna post it today. So that one on the left on the Thanksgiving, you can see some of these posts that I put up. I got all sorts of comments and likes and shares and everything else. So feel free. Number 4 is avoid confusion. Hey Sharyn.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a personal profile, a business page, and groups? And do I share to my website? And how do I share? So I'm going to let you talk for a couple of minutes. I want to make sure, so it's all on this one slide, so go for it.
Okay. So your personal profile is pretty much how we all got started in social media, because there isn't a social media platform that wants you to only have a business page. They want to know if there's a person attached to it. So you have to start with a personal profile. I guess the only exception I can think of to that is Alignable, because the personal profile and the business page, they're kind of together. The other difference for other platforms besides Alignable, the business page is where you get all those insights and analytics so that you can see who's coming to your page, how often, what time of day do they tend to come, do they engage more with a written post or an image or a video. You get all of that on your business pages. You don't get that on the personal profile. The groups, so it kind of depends. If you run a group that attracts your ideal client, by all means, you can post in that group. If you're posting in other people's groups to try to get those group members to then follow you on your business page, we see that work the most on Alignable. The secret sauce to Alignable is to be active in those groups, to be helpful, be of service, and then, end the answer with, hey, I actually have more to say on this if you would like to talk about it more, than connect with me privately. And those that connect with you are your ideal clients, customers, referral partners, and those that don't, oh well, move on to the next one.
Yep. A couple of things. There's a question in the chat that's really interesting.
I have never heard that statistic.
For those of you watching the replay, it says, is it correct that LinkedIn only promotes one post if you post more than once in 4 hours?
I've never seen that. I could look it up. I've never seen that. And I don't know that you need, on LinkedIn, you don't need to post more than once a day. So you could test it and see, but it's, I don't know why you're posting more often on LinkedIn anyway. That's not one that you need to post on that often.
Hey,
once
look,
a day is fine.
Hey, look, Marsha is on today.
Yeah.
Hey, Marsha, post your information for your nonprofit. Why? Because you should. So we're giving you permission. Put your information in the chat, Dr. Marsha. What should we post? Well, your competence is always good. And being amusing is always fun. And if you can do both at the same time, that's even better. Here's just a couple of marketing tips that we have posted. And yes, you can be honest in your advertising without making your business suffer. It's called Decent Pizza. Would you rather go to Decent Pizza or Domino's? Decent. I'd rather go to Decent, I think.
Decent.
I still think I'd rather go to Decent.
We would test it at least once.
Oh yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'd rather go to Domino's. And then white text on black outline can be read on any color. So see, we will post marketing tips, and we'd like to have fun with it. Clever content is even better. At a flower store, how mad is she? And it shows, you get her a single rose of, I love that one. So it's a good way to tell your story, and it does make people smile. Whenever that gets posted, we get good response from it. The one on the right is one of Sharyn's favorites.
The bottom one,
the bowling alley.
I think that's awesome.
Where when you're knocking down pins, it promotes dental implants. I think that's just cool. So have fun, and clever content is always good. Being amusing is neat. In fact, the picture on the right, when we were leaving Los Angeles, instead of putting up garage sale signs, we put up come buy our stuff signs. We cleaned out what the equivalent of a 4-car garage that had never had cars in it, because it was filled with promotional product samples. So if you're going to have a garage sale, there's an answer for you, and that is how we did promote it on social media. On the left, we were at a trade show, a chamber event, and when you are out and about and doing trade shows and you see the photographers, for local media, ask them, hey, do you need some shots? And he said, you don't mind? Not at all. So he spent a good 2-3 minutes there, took photos of us, and we ended up on the front page of the Birdie Independent. So clever content. This again is one of my favorites. You can have your billboard on Fifth Avenue if you want. You can also always create that billboard. If you'd like that billboard created for you, just let me know. Yes.
I'm gonna answer H, because I actually went and looked this up while you were talking.
Yes. We're going to learn something.
So LinkedIn says post on LinkedIn 1 to 2 times per day. LinkedIn itself says companies that post weekly see a 2x life and content engagement They recommend posting at least once a day, even on weekends. So there's nothing about it. They throttle it if you post more than once every 4 hours. Again, I don't see the reason to post that often. Yeah. But I'm not seeing anything that promotes that particular statistic that H posted in the
By
chat.
the way, H, we do an entire webinar on LinkedIn. If you send us an email, info@yuloff.creative, we'll send you a link to the last one. It helps you set up your LinkedIn page better. So if that would be of service to you, we'll send you a link to that video. Is that cool? Sure it is. I think it was rather nice of us.
It is.
Cool. Number 7 is contests. Oh goodness. We're gonna kill a couple of, not check out a couple of boxes here. One of the best things to put on almost every platform is video. It isn't because we say so, it's because all of the platforms have realized that Generation Y, Z, and beyond are growing up with cell phones in their hands. And they're playing with video a lot more. Video gets better response. So, as you are using video on your social media platforms, it gets shown more often. One of the fun ways to do that, to use videos, to have some sort of a contest. Now, we're going to show you this video. It's going to prove to you that you don't have to be the best camera person in the world. My camera skill on this video, I'm going to say it's a C. Since we're doing the 10 C's, I'm getting a C minus. Now, in my defense, we were shooting a video series that stars Brian Tracy, and we were in Costa Rica, and we had been in the heat and humidity all day, and all we wanted to do when we got back to the hotel was take a darn shower, and we couldn't figure out how to make the shower work. So we decided, well, since we're a few minutes into this anyway, let's shoot a video and we'll run a contest. Now, there is a mistake that I made, and the mistake is the prize, and I'll explain that at the end. On video.
Hey guys, wait, where's Sharyn? There's Sharyn. One of the fun parts of traveling is that we never know what the shower has in store for us. It's always
an adventure.
Yes, it is. So we got to the Sicomono Resort, and wait, where is it? Manuel Antonio, Costa Rica. Manuel Antonio. Sounds like Manuel Antonio Banderas. I got it wrong a few times. Okay, so this is what we got. So there's the top, the handle. Oh, wait, there's a spigot in the shower. And when you turn the water on, it's down there, but there's no lever and no switch. So we had to call, where are you?
I'm over here.
Okay, get back in the shot. There we go. We had to call the office, and they said they had to send somebody because
it's complicated. And I'm sorry, when you have a hotel that is for international travelers, the answer should not be
it's complicated. So it's complicated, guys, and here's the deal. Let's say the first 3 people, be honest, don't read anyone else's comments. First 3 people that can tell us how we turned on the shower, how they showed us how to turn on the shower, win a gift card from one of those coffee places. You've been challenged. See you later. Bye. Say goodbye or I can't turn it off. Okay.
Yeah, C minus. Strong C minus.
Now, other people had a sign that told them how to do it. We didn't have a sign, so
Yeah.
we had to call downstairs. If you know how to do it, you by all means put your answer in the chat.
Yeah. And tell you what, your prize isn't going to be one of those coffee things. See, we had been on a coffee plantation, so I had coffee on the brain. Fresh coffee in Costa Rica, insanely good. What I should have made the contest winner should have been one of our books, two of our books. You should always make the contest come back to you. So if you get it right, you can either send us an email or put it in the chat. You get our latest book, The Marketing Checklist for Your Guide for Overwhelmed and Overthinking Entrepreneurs. Now, some of you are going to get overwhelmed, overthinking how the shower gets turned on.
I don't do that.
Apologies, but that's the prize. Now we had a bunch of people that got it right. It was fun. Another way that we've used contests on Ventura Boulevard in Los Angeles, Casa de Flores, in Encino. They have a sign off to the right of high that says "Come in for a free rose if your name is," and they change it all the time. Sharyn and I were looking at that. I said, "That's such a good marketing idea." And she said, "Well, how are we going to use that for us?" So I was challenged, and we came up with the meme you see on the left. If your name is, and we did this for about 40 some odd days and posted different names. In fact, we should do that again. I think I'm going to do that. That'll be fun. High volley artwork. How hard
You'll
could it
have
be?
to update the book.
I will. I have to add 2 more books to that.
You do?
Oh my goodness. Wow, that was 2 books ago. So yeah, it was a couple of years ago. So then we posted that, and we ended up giving away an awful lot of books. And sometimes now, if somebody had written in and said, "My name is Beth, not Elizabeth. Can I have a book?"
Yep.
Yeah. What was the one you liked?
I had someone reach out in a private message and said, "I was told that if I had been born a girl, then my name would have been Elizabeth. So do I qualify for a book?" Sure. It's all about your goal, right? If our goal was to encourage them to come back to our social media platform and look at our profile or look at our business page, right? Then the answer would have been no, come back and check tomorrow. But the goal was actually to give out books. So since the goal was to give out books, sure, whatever your reason is for needing a book today, absolutely get a book.
I once dated someone named Elizabeth. Can I have a book?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Email Elizabeth a copy.
Hey, I saw you've been doing this contest. Has my name been up yet?
I don't know.
I don't know. Which book would you like? The idea, you always begin with the end in mind.
Yeah. What's your goal?
And our goal is to give out our books. So sure, you want to win, you win. So, contest. It's a great way to have content on your pages. Number 8 is conversation. Part of that 22 minutes that we do all the time is you want to answer the people that make comments. And why do we want to do that? How does it count?
So you're looking for engagement, right? Because the more people that engage with your post, they're voting, right? They're voting that they want to see more of your posts. It doesn't matter what platform. So the more that engage, the more that the platform says, "Oh, there's a lot of activity happening on this post. We should show it to more people." So it becomes a cycle, right? So they show it to more people engage, comment, like, share your post. That just boosts that up even more, and then the platform goes, "Oh, there's even more, so we'll show it to more people," right? So it just is it's a cycle that grows.
I'm while you were talking, I was reading those.
Yes.
Right now we have the rescuing cats. We have 3 kittens that we rescued from a clouder near our house. They're in our office here. Our 4 regular cats are not happy because they tend to spend their day in our office. Right now our office is closed because
of we are.
Yeah, and the kittens aren't here. So we have to find homes for 3 kittens. And
who do you know?
Yeah.
here on the East Coast that would like 3 kittens.
Yeah, we'll deliver them. So rescuing cats is like the mafia. Once you're in, there's no getting out. By the way, and on the one on the left, you see the likes names. You see who liked that post. A lot of the late night Facebooker questions, which post should you read? We answer all of them. You know, even if it's just thanks for answering or I like that idea.
Well, here's the thing, right? So someone comments on your post, that's one comment. When you go and say thank you, or somehow engage, it doesn't have to be thank you, whatever's appropriate, an appropriate response. But even if all you did was thank you, now there's 2 comments. So if you continue to do that, the platform counts it. It just counts the number of comments. It doesn't count that, oh, Hank commented on his own post, so we're not going to count that comment. No, it counts. So it doubles the number of comments just by engaging with those that are commenting on your post, and therefore it boosts it up. And right now we go back to that same cycle that you heard before.
And remember, the more times your posts get commented on, the algorithm picks up on that and it shows it to more people. So that even if these are just amusing posts, when you finally post something that has to do with your business, it's going to get seen by more people.
That's the big game.
You know, the magic number for us is like 1 out of 5 on our personal profiles. 1 out of 5 posts is business, and 4 out of 5 is just fun stuff. It's the other way around on our business pages, but you want to have fun. Remember, social media. First word is social. People are looking at these things so they can avoid working or whatever else the purpose is. Bonus tip. It is possible to pin a post to the top of your pages.
This is Facebook specific.
Yeah. Instagram too, but they're owned by the same company.
Yeah, right.
This post on the left, I looked at it in October of 20. And when I looked at the post, I said, wow, August of 2019, I thought they hadn't posted for over a year, and I was confused. No, it turns out they just pinned it. So every now and then, unpin it, repost it, do something to update the date so that those folks that are reading that post, usually it has to do with your business, gets pinned to the top, and the current date is more common. So beware on the idea of pinning. Number 9 is correct contact. So we said make sure that all your contacts are on there. You know, amazing how often the information we see needs to be updated. This would be a great time for you to go through all of your social media pages. Make sure they're all up to date. You have the right addresses, the right phone numbers, right email addresses. We've had clients that checked and they said, oh, it's a good thing I checked. I had a typo in my email address. Completely an unforced error. So we want to make sure that you are using the correct information. Now, okay, this is a fun one. Photo on the right. What is wrong with the photo on the right? It had nothing to do with the fact that the ladies are in summer attire. It really was the information on the back that says who wants to day drink. Any photo that is out there that has, let's say, I don't know, a red Solo cup, indicates alcohol. Be careful of what you're posting. Be careful what your friends post on, that has you tagged. What's really great is when you are quoted in a newspaper article, for example, the post on the left. We were quoted in USA Today, and one of our friends and a great travel agent, Noam Meppin. In fact, if you need a travel agent, grab his name off of this post. He's awesome. He found it and posted the article and shared it and then tagged. So it was really kind of cool. having their correct information makes it easy for people to find you. And when people post really nice things about you, grab a screenshot, either share it or grab a screenshot so you can post it again.
Even on a different platform.
Yep. And be appropriate. This was one situation where, Forbes was doing an event to honor someone who passed away. My comment, totally me, probably should have done the photo of just Steve, not her.
With a bird coming into her head.
Yeah, so make sure it's all working correctly. And number 11, oh my gosh, we're supposed to have 10 C's, but this is number 11. But this is a B for bonus.
I thought it was C for content.
Yeah, we've already done content. So yeah,
Okay.
bonus content is good. Make sure that if you can have a better than a huge deal, if you can make free deals on your social media, that's always fun. People like to get them. Here's one for you. Again, one more reminder, our next boot camp is December 9. If you'd like to join us, the date is there. There's several ways you can sign up, either by email or drop your email in the chat or however you can do that. And again, it's going to be what do you need covered? What do you want covered? It's going to be playing the greatest hits. If you're a student of success, we'd love to have you join us. If you invest money in marketing and advertising, you want to do it better, come to our boot camp. We'll show you how to do it better. If you're really motivated to make 2024 better, unless you're watching this in 2025. 26. You get the point. I just love videoing these and sharing them. So there it is. All right. This unicorn is there for a very important reason. There is no such thing as a completed social media page. They are being updated every darn day. So if you think you have a full and complete social media package, I refer you to the unicorn. So you've just gotten 11 ways to get past all of these social media myths and what's next. If you have had a breakthrough or learned something new today, give me a thumbs up or type yes in the chat just so I know you're paying attention. Here are your next steps. You've got to create a marketing budget. Now, in this case, your marketing budget is not dollars, it's time. You've got to put in your calendar the time. When am I going to put in my 22 minutes a couple of times a day? If it isn't calendared, it does not happen. And then you become like the page we saw this morning. We did a free 30 minutes for a copier repair company. And she had posted a couple of days ago, but before that, the last time they had posted was several months ago. And before that was almost a year ago. And before that was over a year ago. So fixing her social media, it's kind of easy. I said, well, post way more often. And we gave her a bunch of different ideas on how to post and what to post. But, she has to budget the time in order to do it. You should get really proficient with video. All of the platforms love video. In order to use your platforms, you should know your sales funnel. And by funnel, that is, what is the process somebody goes from knowing who you are to writing you a check? Most companies have several ways of that happening. For us, one of our sales funnels is people hear us speaking. There are some of you that are on here today that we've never had contact before. That's why we offer your free stuff as a way for us to get to know each other. You might qualify for our coaching program. One of the other ways that our funnels is we're active in our Chamber of Commerce. We are members of a couple of networking groups. So there are a lot of ways that you go from people finding who you are to doing business with you. You've got to be really good at and cognizant of all of that. You should have a list of marketing goals. We suggest a list of 12. Here's why. I'll get to it in a second. If you have 12, organize it. What are the 3 most important? Those go at the top. And then what's the one thing you want to start with? That goes to number 1. If you're watching today and you've never used social media before, all right, let's make that number 1. It could, if you're using social media, it could be I'm going to update all of my social media profiles. Now that means it'll be number 1 for a very short period of time, so you'll get it done. But the reason you rank them in order is that over the next 12 months, as you have a new month, 12 months, you add one thing a month so you don't get overwhelmed and start overthinking it. We want this to be a gradual process for you. Except for Marsha, you're about to do a whole lot more things. But sorry, you joined the coaching program. You're about to do a whole lot faster than that. Now, one of the reasons you want this list, probably the most important, is that let's say you have a gap in your schedule. We will have from time to time a client call. You will text Sharyn, I'm going to be late for my coaching call. Is that all right? Or I need to bump my coaching call from today to when's the next time in your schedule? Well, that gives us 30 minutes to an hour open in our schedule. I look at our list. What's the highest and best use of my time? And Sharyn and each and I have a separate list because we have a division of labor of the things we do to market our business. Up until this book came out, the Marketing Checklist 4, it sat at number 1 on our list for 3 months because we needed to do all of it. It had its own checklist of things to do to publish a book. It's still number 1 because there's a couple of more things I have to do for the launch now that it's a bestseller. And then it will drop to like number 8 or 9 because one of the things that we want to do is get on podcasts for people to talk about overwhelm because we have an entire book that deals with it. So now we are a great guest for those podcasts. So we will reach out, find and reach out to those people to get on their podcast. But so that it'll be number 9 on our list. But we have this entire list of things that we do. So we want that list. If any of these things are challenging, numbers 1, 2, or 3. The questions we get all the time from clients are, what do I do first and how do I get there faster? Well, get some help. Your first step, you've seen this URL on almost every slide. We'd like to offer you a half-hour of free time. This is not a sales call. We have no way of taking a credit card over the phone. That our credit card processor does not work that way. We cannot do it. We can answer all sorts of different questions. How do you easily make more sales? Do you need some easy button ideas to make your marketing easier? How do you budget? Any number of different things. Heck, we have set up social media profiles for people in 30 minutes. Not my favorite thing to do, but we can do it. So go to How to Get There Faster, grab us for a half hour, and we will remind you when you're on that call that our next boot camp is going to come up. It's at planyourmarketing.com. Again, one more time, December 9 is the date. All right, we have gotten to the end. What questions do y'all have? How can we be of service? What might we have missed? Feel free to unmute or type it into the chat, and we will answer those for you.
See, now I think we should be playing the Jeopardy.
Bum, bum, bum,
You can't tell if you are just slow typist or you're complete and you don't need us anymore.
For the rest of you that are watching the replay, here are 4 URLs where we can give you some free help. One is a reminder to come on the Viewcast, or you can go to Plan Your Marketing, which is the bootcamp link. If you want to see what other webinars we are doing, go to yourmarketingadvisor.com because that's where our schedule is every month, or How to Get There Faster for 30 minutes with us. And I don't see any questions that nobody's unmuted, so I'm going to assume we are
I guess they're complete, yeah.
Hey, it's been great to have you with us. Have an amazing rest of your day, and remember, if everything happens for a reason,
be the reason things happen.
Oh,
thank you, Marsha.
She said she recommended the 30-minute call. I got more value from that time than from my expensive and ineffective marketing person. Well, yeah, I understand.
Oh, thank you. Shelley, as a solopreneur, the breadth and depth of all the hats I have to wear is overwhelming. Oh, you are so welcome, Shelley.
Shelley, grab 30 minutes with us so we can kind of help you get focused, because you're going to go through your notes and you're going to say, oh my gosh, what did they say about that? It happens. We talk fast, so we'll grab it. All right, everyone. Have an amazing weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.